understand.
no.
But yet ODOT's aware of this, and ODOT's like, this is a good time to
That's
sweep
where
people out.
there is an advocacy community working with the city on what's next. And there is energy and resources in like the possibility in the city of Portland for creative solutions for people at Party Camp. But what's next is something we need to figure out, and it makes it extremely difficult to do what's next if they're swept. Because then what's next is just triage, is helping them not die.
In other words, what
Taking them to the
you're saying,
emergency room.
what you're saying is that the steps that we are taking in something like this are only going to hinder
Yes.
the longer
Fully
process
counterproductive. Yes.
toward some kind of
100%.
It may be the case that these isolated camps are not a long-term solution, but you know, the sweeping of them is definitely hurting them and the rest of the housing services. And I think one of the most offensive things about this is that it's happening at such a low bureaucratic level. There's this mundane machinery of the bureaucracy, you know, that you and Ryan Wincheimer and Garrett and Ted Miller don't even know where people are being swept. It isn't even communicated up to your level, right? So the decision makers the community is saying to the decision makers, you're killing people and overwhelming the house is an emergency, please stop doing it. And the decision makers don't even know where the sweeps are happening. It's happening at such a low level where low-level ODOT state employees are just, post, you're out of here. Post, you're out of here. And the public doesn't know, your managers don't know. That's just disgusting, right? That this is a bureaucracy that should have leadership that can move the machinery in one way or another. And it doesn't even know where people are being subjected to these sweeps.
And the mayor keeps telling the media that, oh, we're giving a moratorium, we're letting them sleep where they are. Bullshit. It's happening all over the city. They're getting swept away anyway. So people feel happy and good in their house, like, oh, good, we're letting them stay there. And then
Here's a major thing too, when you sweep these camps, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you been out there to see how the sweeps are and how ODOT employees are acting towards the homeless? Because I just watched a video yesterday that really upset me.
I haven't seen
When I went out
anything
there-
that upset me about the treatment of,
Well,
except for the fundamental element of what it
I saw a bunch of
is.
people laughing, a bunch of people smiling. They're enjoying their jobs a little bit too much, kicking out these homeless people. That's a problem for me. That makes me wonder, you know, so somebody
Bad
here
attitude.
did call you a Nazi. I'm sure that probably plays partly into it. You know, I find it very alarming when I see my state employees out there harassing the homeless. That's frightening in
By the
itself.
laughter and
But then the laughter and the cheer.
Now,
and
those were
it's almost like
probably-
a get together. I don't want to hear probably. Those were your employees. They were out there to do a job. They were instructed to clean the camp.
These,
And
what
they're
I was
having
saying,
a good time while they're
what I
doing
was
it.
saying, this may have
That's
been
sick.
Multnomah County crews that are involved with this too.
Well, it's Multnomah
It was
County
everybody.
Cruise.
Sure,
brought in-
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
Who
interrupt you.
brought
Right
in-
question too.
But who brought in the Multnomah County Cruise?
Here's a
That was
major
ODOT.
point,
ODOT's
okay?
making those
When
calls.
you sweep homeless camps, there's agencies that go out to check on people like Cascadia and other different housing groups that are trying to get people into housing, right? And then you sweep them along, and the service providers don't know where to go to anymore. They have to suddenly go find the person that they were trying to get into housing. They need to go look for them at some other place where they've been swept to. So you guys are, you know, you are a major roadblock between the services that are provided in this city and this county actually getting to the homeless and helping them. You're basically, you're the big roadblock in between homeless people getting services or not getting services. And it's not just ODOT, it's the city of Portland, it's PBOT, it's all these different people, clean and safe. You're not the only bad guy in town with running ODOT,
I need
okay?
to back him up on that. I
Yeah.
actually have personal knowledge of people I have helped personally saying that they have had the services trying to catch up with them as they are swept from location to location. And they just keep pushing them out, and at that time it seemed like there was no stopping you guys. So we were just like, oh my gosh, I hope they catch up with you eventually. But you are actually depriving people of being able to get to connected with these services.
And that's one of the elements, Fahid, would you mention about making sure that ODOT facilitates a better role in connecting these operations to the services that they need?
Yeah, because when you guys show up, there's no services other than the police.
That's not true. There have often been people with services. I don't think.
Okay,
every time.
well, I haven't never seen that.
I'll take sometimes.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Sometimes,
I've been
Rarely.
waiting
And
this
that's not
week,
rare.
and I
There was
don't
that one
see
time
any
10 years ago
people
that you
from
helped somebody.
Cascadia.
That constitutes a sometimes.
No, they don't
You chipped
really
in for the
show up.
funeral.
They might show up 5% of the time, if that.
There's like an
closer
ODOT
to 1%.
assistance squad?
So-
Where the hell are
So
these
basically,
people?
how's this for a good idea, okay? You guys, if you're gonna do sweeps, you have service providers that ride along with you from Join or Cascadia.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
go,
they got your first call, not the
and,
last.
That's off.
they have a thing
No,
called
it
hot
doesn't.
teams, right?
So that often
That
takes
work in
place.
various cities and they
Yeah,
work
that's
with
what
the
he said.
police. And they ride along with them, and when they have contact with homeless people, they're actually service providers. And that ride along with the police, and then they offer the people services, they don't just sweep them along. So maybe you guys need to get some people with Cascadia.
That's often part of the policy
Joint.
that we do. That often takes.
It isn't often part of the,
It needs to be every
because
single time.
I have been following
No, I
these
can't say every
sweeps.
single time, and
I've been
that's a good
sweeping
point.
personally myself
Do the
hundreds
services
of
need to be
times.
available on these operations? Does there need to be a better connect between the things that are going on by the property owners?
It's not a
which is
question,
us,
it's-
and the issues that are going on, for providing services?
Right.
There is no
That's
question,
what
it's
it
a
is.
definite.
First call rather than to the police or to the sheriff.
What's his name again?
Don.
Don Hamilton.
You should stop saying sometimes and most of the time and usually, because that's not the case.
If
It is-
you're
it is
not there,
sometimes
then
the
you
case.
don't
I can't
know.
say it happens
Well,
every
you should
time.
say rarely
Sometimes.
because it still happens, but rarely also indicates that it
We're-
happens, but so.
We're quibbling over semantics at this point. Does it
Well,
need to be
it's
better?
irrelevant.
Sure, I'll go along with that.
Right.
There needs to be a better connection between the services that are provided in these places. Is this a good system?
Here's a better
It's not a
term.
good system.
Say-
That's the problem,
say
Don. You say you don't wanna
sometimes
quibble over
we have,
the antics, but that's exactly what we're
providers.
getting here. You
Most
come
of
out of the
the
gate
times
and you
we do
say,
not.
we're doing our job, we have to
Unspecified
protect
service
life and
providers.
property on ODOT facilities, ODOT property. There's nothing we can do about it. What you guys, how they're living isn't the solution. But then when we turn it around, what is it that ODOT's doing? We can look back at ODOT and say, what's being accomplished? So you sweep a camp, it moves somewhere else, ODOT sweeps it again, moves somewhere else. We're wasting a ton of resources and putting a lot of lives in danger. And I wanna know why ODOT.
Where should it go? I mean, what is the solution?
How much
Well,
money
I
legal
think the
fees
solution would be
I
that
don't know.
ODOT should back up so that we can craft a solution, so that they can craft the solution.
That's
But
an
that's
issue
the
with
problem.
Fahid,
But
and this is the
that's the
question that
problem.
is gonna be
ODOT is
posed
not
to the
slowing down.
larger-
ODOT's like, fire up the bulldozers, let's bulldoze through the camps. Let's call out Multnomah County, let's bring out the Sheriff's Department, let's bring out the Portland Police Bureau. Let's get everybody out here, let's get the poor inmates out here doing the job that nobody wants to do. We're using slave labor to do it. That's a whole nother issue on top of this. And some of those people that are coming out to clean the camps may have been living in the camp the week before.
Yeah, that's.
And they're having to clean the camps of their friends
And
and
you
their
actually
families.
don't even provide
And
them with
ODOT's
safety
orders. This is
gloves for
ODOT's
all
orders. This
the
isn't-
various
this
stuff
isn't
they
the
have to deal
governor
with.
saying, hey, ODOT,
No
you need to
safety
clean
gloves
up
are
these
provided.
camps.
They
This
give
isn't
them little
Portland saying,
landscaping
ODOT,
gloves.
you need to clean up these camps.
OSHA
This is
violation.
You have a-
the
Yeah, I
majority of
filed
the
a
community
complaint
saying,
with
ODOT,
OSHA
clean up these
against your
camps. This is
ODOT
ODOT
things
making
about
arbitrary
over
ruling
the summer,
to
but
enforce
it seems to
a
just
rule
been
or
like
law
a
and
little
trying to
shit bag that
justify
got
it by
passed
saying we're
around.
just doing our job.
Everybody
And that's
filed a
where
complaint with OSHA.
somebody called this organization very Nazi.
You can go on the Multnomah County Cop Watch channel and see what the ODOT,
Should be able to get.
what ODOT workers do and how they are just picking up stuff with their
ODOT
bare
has a
hands.
horrible
They can-
reputation.
They can give them hepatitis and other stuff, you know?
Out of all the public agencies in the state, ODOT is the one that falters the most.
Of all of ODOT, this is their spokesman.
So who can make these decisions, Don? Is this something that could be made by managers here in Region 1, or is this something that needs to be made in Salem? Where are these
About,
orders?
specifically about what? About the
The
crews?
stopping the
and
sweeps,
their
putting the
safety
sweeps on
equipment that
hold.
they have?
And the road
Putting the
bans.
sweeps on hold so we can open a
This is-
dialogue
this
to
is
solve this.
exactly what your visit here today is gonna result in, is some well-crafted message where I'm gonna get your thoughts, and I wanna know more about them.
Will do.
The homicides
Don't
on
waste
that.
time, just
But
go
but-
where
but
you're
you're not
Let me
answering the
give you
question.
your
Is this
phone
something
Don
that Region
Hamilton
1
just
managers
said he
can
wants to know more about the
decide?
homicide.
No, that's a good question. That's a good question. I know that a lot of the policies that are followed around the state. I'm not sure where the ultimate decision-making authority lies, probably with the Department of Justice, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay, because ODOT's really aggressive in the Portland metro
You don't
area.
know?
Do you know if ODOT is just
I
as
don't know
aggressive in
where
other
the
areas
authority
of the
ultimately
state? What are the other regions
does it lie
doing?
now?
How are they handling the homeless that are sleeping on public property that ODOT
I'm sorry,
manages?
what's the question again? What?
How are the other regions of ODOT handling the homeless when they're sleeping on public
I
property?
don't really know that much about it. I know that they have similar issues and they follow similar
You're
policies,
supposed
but
to
I don't know
all
a lot of the
this information,
specifics.
sir. You should be very.
Perhaps so.
Perhaps so.
It
Okay,
is-
but
I
you will
don't
today
know
though,
what
right?
the other
It
reasons
just-
are.
but-
I'm
You're the
reporting
spokesman,
it.
you
But it
really
just
know.
highlights
Fair
how
enough.
unprepared
Fair
ODOT
enough.
is to handle these situations. And ODOT should not be surprised by this. There's been pushback for years. There've been people complaining for years. ODOT's been sued
Nothing-
numerous times
nothing
over
that I have
clearing a
heard
camp.
here
And ODOT has
surprises me.
settled those claims. And here we are again, asking you to stop. Stop is a very simple request, very simple. Yet all we hear is bureaucratic speak. Well, we'll think about it, we'll talk about it, we'll meet about it, we're just doing our job. We're doing our job, we're doing our job. It's really complicated. You people understand what it is that our job is. No, we do understand.
I
We
appreciate,
do understand.
I appreciate the support that you're giving people that are having a hard time, that have fallen on hard times. And I admire the intensity that you bring to this.
Have you been to any of these sweeps personally as they're?
They're having a hard time being tortured and
And he
deprived
said
by
no.
ODOT employees.
How long have you been with ODOT?
5 years.
And you've been a spokesman for that long, for that
Yes.
time frame? So what's prevented you from going down and watching one of these unfold before your
Nothing.
eyes? But you will now, right?
I have before, and I probably
Oh, I
will
thought you just
again.
said that you have never been to a sweep before. Okay, so you have not, but, you have not, or you
I
have?
have been on several of these operations.
Who's at
I
party?
would also recommend simply going and meeting. with
Several,
campers
does that
there.
mean one or
I've done that
two,
too.
or does that mean
I've spent a lot of time
7
talking.
or above?
That's awesome.
You said several,
It
does that
really
mean
humanizes the project.
over 7, or does that
That's
mean below
probably
7?
about 5 or 6 of them, something like that, in front of you.
Well, you need to start going on them like every week, like maybe twice a week.
It's Director Garrett for that matter.
How's
I
that?
appreciate the suggestion. It's not a bad idea.
I'm gonna head over to Hazelnut Grove.
I'll go with.
If anyone wants to, there's an event page for this protest. I'm gonna put together, some